What is up guys, after a totally insane couple of days subscriber wise, we're coming back with another Entitled Parents. If you are new here, please consider hitting that like, that subscribe button, as it means the world for a small channel like us. Thank you guys, let's get started. EK tries to steal my birthday presents and EP lets it happen, then yells at my brother for getting them back. Okay, starting out, this was a few years ago so my memory isn't the best on this story. Anyways, when I was 6 or 7, I had my birthday party down at the local park, invited all my friends and I was having a lot of fun, eating lollies, drinking soft drinks and having beanbag races. So there was this parent and her kid, EP and EK, who I did not know, that decided to join in. Sure, the more the merrier. Me and my friends didn't really pay much attention to EK because EK wasn't invited, but we let them join in. So a bit of time goes past and we noticed one of our beanbags was gone. So we look around and saw EP and EK walking off with a bag. So my brother and me run over to EP and try and get it back off EK. EP says nothing, but EK won't give it back. No words were spoken from them. Me and my brother kept pulling the bag and tried to get it back, telling EK multiple times to let go and give it back. EK finally let go and I went back to my party, no biggie, and the party continues. EK and EP come back when I'm opening my presents. Luckily my brother saw EK taking my presents and taking off with them. EP was holding his hand and they ran off with, I think, about 3 of my still wrapped presents. My brother snatches the boxes off EK and he apparently cried. I was still with the actual party and didn't notice much of this until my brother got the presents and EP was shouting at my brother, in what we think was Punjabi or something Indian. My brother returns with the presents. Thank you very much, and EP shouts something at us and drags her kid crying to the car. To this day, my family still have no clue who this EK and what the relations that EP had with anyone. We assume EP told EK to take whatever he felt like, so EK did. God, who goes to a party and just tries to steal stuff? Oh my god. EM manages to take one of my lizards, crocodile skink, away from me and now wants to keep him. For clarification, I have 2 red-eye crocodile skinks, which is a type of lizard that's kind of expensive but very beautiful nonetheless. So I wanted to take my lizard to the vet for a checkup. To get there, however, I had to take the bus and it would be an hour-long ride, but I had plenty of time. The lizards were in a little carrier on my lap and they were bothering no one. Now let me explain where I was sitting. There are 4 seats, 2 on each side that face each other, so when you sit in one seat, the person across from you will be facing you directly and it will be uncomfortably close to you. Across from me were sitting EM and her bratty little kid. At first I paid no attention to them. I was just minding my own business until EM started talking to me. It was innocent at first. This is how our conversation went. Oh hi, what you got there? It's my 2 lizards. I'm taking them to the vet. Ooh, mind if we take a look at them? Sure. I lift up the carrier a bit and turn it towards them so they can see inside. I didn't mean like that. I meant could you take them out so we can hold them? No, sorry, I can't do that. The bus is pretty crowded so I wouldn't be comfortable taking them out for you to hold them here. Ugh, why are you being so selfish? I just want my kid to learn and experience new things. It's not like they'd die if you take them out. I understand, but my answer is still no. I'm sorry. I'm very protective of them. I was trying to be polite as possible, but this is where it gets worse. I can't believe someone would be so arrogant. If my child wants to see that fucking lizard, he will. She quickly grabs the little doors of the carrier, which could be opened easily, and opens them, snatching one of the lizards. When I saw this, I was furious. Mum, please give me my lizard back. What you just did is very disrespectful. She ignores me completely and gives the lizard to the child, which is now grinning at me. I wanted to take the lizard back, but I was afraid that they would hurt him. See? Everything is fine. You're just being a bitch about it. Mum, I love it. He looks like a dragon. I want him. Well, you could order one online. Oh, honey, I'm sure you do. He turns to me. I think we'll keep him. Excuse me? I paid quite a lot for those lizards actually, and I'm very attached to them, so you cannot keep them. Do you think I care? You've got 2 anyways. It's not like you need both of them. And besides, my son is little, so having a pet could teach him to be responsible. You're a grown-ass girl. Why do you need pets anyway? Thank you, Mum. No, please give me my pet back. I don't want to cause a scene. Well, I do, and will cause a scene if you refuse to give us this lizard. While she was talking, I turned the carrier the other way and kept the door open so I could grab my lizard from the brat, put him back quickly and bolt it out of there, and I do just that. I grabbed the lizard from the kid when he put him on his lap as quick as I can before EM could stop me, put him back and try to get out of my seat. What did you just do? How dare you take it away from my kid, you little shit! I got up and tried to walk away, but not before she grabbed me by the shoulder and tried to pull me back a little. The kid is crying. Everyone looks at us, but no one is doing anything. I'm very scared at this point. I ended up actually hitting her hand so she would let me go. I ran to the bus doors and prayed to God she would not get up and come after me. She didn't, but I heard her screaming and swearing and calling me a bitch, a dirty whore. I got out at the next stop and called my mum shaking to come and pick me up. The lizard is fine, and thankfully I've never had an incident as bad as this one ever. Oh my God. To try and actually steal someone's pet, to open up like the crate and take a lizard out and just say, yeah, but keep it. So what are you going to do with this lizard now that you're going to keep it? That they have to have like heat lamps and all that sort of stuff. What the hell? Yeah, he tries to take my Xbox 360. So this was about 5 years ago. We had a family get together, and this one aunt, EA, and her son, EK, were there at our house. While the grown-ups were in the kitchen, I was in my room playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on my Xbox 360. EK comes in. Can I play with you? I say no, because he is young and the game is a bit violent. EK goes off crying and tells his mum. EA comes rushing in. I hear her footsteps before she steps in my room, so I just go to the Xbox home screen. How dare you not let EK play your game with you, OP? Sorry, but the game is a bit EA cuts me off. Good. You should be sorry. You boys take turns. I continue on playing while EK sits on my bed and watches. 5 minutes later, EK calls his mum. Mummy, can I have a drink? EA comes in with a drink. I didn't pause this time and continue playing. EA sees me kills a guy and gets mad. How dare you let my child play that horrible game? I tried to tell you, but you interrupted me. I don't care. Give my son your PlayStation and I'll put another DVD in. EA, I'm not giving my Xbox to EK. Yes, you will. She grabs my controller out of my hand, so I go downstairs to tell my dad. He comes upstairs with me, knowing EA. He believes I'm in the right. I was a trustworthy kid. I barely knew what a lie was. So we go upstairs to my room and see EA trying to force open the disc spot and put Star Wars movie in. My dad. Do you need help with that? I almost got it. My son needs it. The thing opens and she shoves in the movie upside down. EA, that's not a game, that's a movie. I don't care, it's EK's turn. Yes, it is. He turns to me and says, OP, do you think EK should have a turn? Yeah, but it's not... Come on, buddy, let him play for 15 minutes. I go downstairs, and 2 hours later I hear a crash from upstairs. I walk into my room. People were starting to leave by now, it was late. EA and EK have pulled my Xbox from my dresser and trying to move it. What's happening? Well, your PlayStation wouldn't work, so we decided to bring it home for a week so EK can play. No. What? It does work, you just put a movie in. At that point my dad comes up, makes his sister leave without the Xbox. Another one of these parents that's trying to steal consoles from other children. Is this a normal thing? What the hell's going on? I recently got a job at a venue that hosts concerts and basketball games. I'm still a new hire, but the job is easy, so I'm able to handle the ticket taking on my own without a coach. We just hosted a concert for a famous gay celebrity that is known for playing the piano. Anyways, I was doing my job, scanning everyone's tickets, directing those that had problems with their tickets to the box office, which was located right outside the door of the venue, not even 100 steps away. The lines were hectic since the concert was popular, and I was scanning everyone's physical and mobile tickets with speed that would make Sonic proud. EM and her teen daughter walk up to me, really close, but I'm blocking the entrance into the venue. EM huffs and thrusts over a credit card for me to scan. We can swipe IDs and credit cards that were brought for the event, and our waste machine will print their tickets. I take the credit card and swipe it to be greeted with a red decline screen on my scanner. This is the following conversation. I'm sorry, Mum, your card isn't reading. Do you have your ID? Yeah, just scan the card again first. I scan again and met with the same screen, which also informed me that there was no purchase under the card. I'm sorry, Mum, it's still not accepting it. And I hold out the card. Ugh, just try the ID. Snatches her credit card from my hand and gives me her ID. I scanned her ID, which was met with the same screen. By now there were quite a few people waiting in the line behind her. I'm terribly sorry, but our scanners are not accepting your cards. Did you purchase them under the cards that you gave me? No, the tickets were a gift, which is an option we have. Literally trying not to give a bitch really smile. Well, do you have the ticket app or an email with the QR code? No, but she does though. She motions to her daughter who's looking irritated with me as she pulls out her phone and messes with it for a moment before showing me the screen. Now when it comes to QR codes, our machines can't take screenshots because the code changes every 10 seconds. As a precaution to save time, the greeters tell the guests this as they're ready to go through security, and the ticket takers tap the phone on the screen to see if the gallery thing will pop up. I did that, and lo and behold, the code was a screenshot. I'm sorry ma'am, this is a screenshot. Do you have the actual code? That is the code. No ma'am, it's a screenshot of the code. My machine will not accept that. It should work. Scan it. Scans it anyway to please her and proceeds to show a big fat red decline on the screen. The scanner will not accept it. If you go to the box office, right outside the door, they will print the tickets for you. I'm not standing in line again. All the box offices around the building are open and have little to no lines, ma'am. I assure you that the problem can be resolved within a few minutes. I don't want to stand in line again for security. By this time, my area supervisor had noticed how many people hadn't been going past me and other ticket takers were directing my line to theirs. So he walked over to assist me. I still had the new team member in training ribbon still glued to my badge. What seemed to be the problem? She, points at me, won't scan my stuff properly. My daughter and I are going to miss because of her. Let's see then. S asked for my handheld scanner, which I gave to him along with EM's ID that was still holding. He also scanned it again and the screen went red. He also scanned the code and the card again under EM's persistence, even though I told him that she told me the tickets were gifted to them in the end. In the end, S also tells them to go to the box office and get the tickets printed. You see our ticket code on my daughter's phone though. Just let us go through. Try stepping past the barrier, which I stopped with my arm. You're going to need to go to the box office. We cannot let you through without scanning your tickets for safety concerns. Honestly, at this point, everything happened such a blur. Basically, EM and EK both tried breaching past me and my supervisor, and all we had to do was step aside and yell out breach, and our security guard quickly got both of them and escorted them out. When all the guests except them were in the building, we closed up the doors save for one, and the ticket takers got there, 15. When I got back to break, I went back to my area and got to see both the mother and daughter outside the glass doors. EM was yelling on her phone and walking around angrily, as EK was recording the security and the workers on the inside and also saying things. Security stood close to them in case they tried getting into the building or tried to fight someone. Even though I missed listening to the two favourite songs from that celebrity being performed, it was totally worth watching both EM and EK get confronted by the police and be booted from the property. Literally, they could have been enjoying the show if they just went to the box office. God, why do people do that? Just listen to people, man. Entitled Dad Leaves Daughter Behind. So a bit of background, I volunteer a lot at my church, especially the kids ministry. I've actually gained the nickname Peter Pan because I never really left. Anyways, we offer a special Wednesday night ministry with more adult class running at the same time as well, so that the parents can drop the kids off and talk about marriage, divorce and whatnot. So normally I bring a lot of equipment with me, including my laptop and a few decks of Pokemon cards, so we have access to more music, and some boys that get dropped off early can play something non-destructive. Anyways, end of this particular Wednesday, it's about 10 minutes after everything has ended, and there are only 2 kids left. Sister 1 was 8, and the other I believe was 6. I was the older one's Wednesday night teacher, so I stuck behind to wait until the parents showed up, thinking they were probably talking to a pastor or a leader. It was mid-November, early December at the time, and this service runs till 8:30, so usually parents are pretty quick to get the kiddies home for school in the morning. Personally, I didn't have class until Thursday afternoon, so I plugged my laptop and started playing Frozen soundtrack. Yes, it was that winter. It's now 9 o'clock, and the only people in the hallway are me, the head of the kids ministry, her 3 kids and the 2 sisters. I get sent with the leader's son to go look around the church to try and find mum or dad. The church isn't very big, and with 2 of us we covered any way the parents could go towards their kids. We return with no luck. We start to call the parents. We have all parents' emergency info just in case, and get no response. I turn off the frozen music because one can only stand it for so long. We keep trying to contact the parents to no avail. Finally, 9:45, this dad shows up trying to get into the church. The doors lock at 9:30 automatically from the inside. So you can leave, but someone has to let you in. Here comes Dad walking with popcorn and soda from the movies. I get through the usual, "Oh, who are you here to pick up?" knowing full well who he's here for. While we were walking, I inform him that we aren't a babysitting service. The dad, "I just want to go on a date with my wife." "That's fine, but we're volunteers, and this is for parents who are attending a church group themselves." "Well, you're here already, why should it matter?" At this point, we make it to where the kids are. "See, I'm not even the last one. There are 3 other kids waiting." Those are the leader's kids, and we end at 8:30 every week. I leave it at that, but let them go. But really, dude, you left your kids for almost 3 hours with volunteers, and I'm not getting paid to watch them. Hire a babysitter if you want a night with a wife. Oh my god. That must take some absolute balls. Well, actually not balls, because that's sick just leaving your kids, while you want to go out for a date. I'm just going to dump my kids somewhere for a few hours. They'll look after them, don't worry about it.